Listen up. 2023 is almost over, and we are not about to go into a brand new year surrounded by fake energy. We only want to be in the presence of genuine and loyal friends. It's not up for debate. We're going to talk about the types of friends that you need to beware of. I'm not saying that your group of friends are snakes and low-key plotting on your downfall. All I'm saying is make sure the people that you allow into your circle do not have ill intentions towards you. It is entirely possible to find solid friendships, but you got to go through some bad apples. And I think we can all relate in some way or another. We've all had to walk away from friends who didn't have our best interests at heart. If your friends don't support you, but you support them, this really boils my blood. How is it even a friendship if you're not supporting one another? If you have a friend that you support with whatever endeavor she's pursuing, and when it comes time for you to seek support from her, but she's not giving it, she seems annoyed by it, she seems like she's jealous of you, that is not your friend. Friends are supposed to uplift each other. Friends are supposed to have faith in one another, that they can achieve their dreams, and they should be happy for their friends. I don't know about you ladies, but whenever my friends are doing something that they're passionate about and they're really excited about it, it warms my heart. And I'm always sending positive words of encouragement. I'm always telling them that, they're doing a wonderful job. They should never give up. They should keep doing what they're doing. I've had people in my life where when the tables were turned, I wanted to share something that I wanted to pursue. It was crickets. It was like you could look at them and just see the hate in their face. Even if they smiled to you like, oh, that's so nice. Oh, you could just tell it was so fake. And you don't want to be surrounded by people who don't reciprocate support. What is the point of having a friend if they're going to be hating from the sidelines? I love seeing the people in my life check off the things that they want to do on their bucket list, pursue their passions. I'm rooting for them. Ooh, so here's another one. If your friend comes to you all of the time about her problems, but the minute you are going through something and you want to share with her a problem that you're facing, they dismiss or downplay your feelings. What do you mean by that? Okay, I'm going to share a real example for you. About 5 or 6 years ago, I had these two friends. Let's just call them Gloria and Samantha. Okay, so Gloria, Samantha, and I met at a previous job that I worked when I was in college. Pretty quickly, we started to hang out outside of work, and it was really cool. And I was, I've never really had many friends in life in general. I've always struggled to find real people who aren't out to hurt me or to backstab me. But this time I was really hopeful and excited that I found two new girlfriends that I could go out and do things with, because I didn't have that at the time. A couple years passed after first meeting each other, and we had done many things together. Gloria and Samantha were always coming to me about issues that they were dealing with. They would cry to me, they would complain to me, they would rant to me about random stuff like boys that they were dating, friends that they were dealing with, their jobs, their family. I was always willing to lend my ear and give them a shoulder to cry on. If I see you going through something and you're my friend, I will be there for you through thick and thin. And this happened a lot throughout our friendship. They were always facing some hurdle and coming to me for it. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, if they're coming to me about their issues and their depression and their anxiety and their stress, then I think I can go to them for that now. Like, I think it's a safe space. I was wrong. I was so wrong. There was a point in our friendship where I was going through a really rough patch, and I don't want to go too far into it, but I confided in them, and out of nowhere, they started getting really distant towards me. They weren't reaching out to hang out, leaving me out of activities, and just avoiding me, it seemed. And I was like, what is going on? One thing about me, I return energy. I will mirror your energy. So if you are distancing yourself, not reaching out, acting strange, then I'm going to do the same thing. And that goes for anybody. I pulled back because I was like, I don't really see the point of trying to keep these friendships going if they're not showing any desire to do the same as well. I went on vacation, and while I was on vacation, I got a text from Gloria, not Samantha, just Gloria. And she sends me this long paragraph saying her and Samantha have been thinking a lot about our friendship, and they both feel it's best that they take a step back from it because they don't want to associate themselves with someone who struggles with anxiety. Oh my God. I went off. Don't play with me. That was the last straw. It spoke volumes on their character. First of all, you don't have the balls to address this in person. You want to do it over a text message, and then you want to speak on behalf of the other girl too? She doesn't even have the balls to address me. It's gotta go through one person. And the fact that I was there for these girls when they were going through some really rough things, and I never once complained about it. I never once said,
"So sorry, I don't want to be around a person that isn't good vibes." Blah, blah, blah.
I take it as a blessing that they're out of my life. I felt so much better, actually, that they weren't in my life anymore. Why do I want to keep people around me that don't even like me like that? And you should feel the same way. Why would you continue to hang out with people who you know don't actually like you? You see this a lot. You see girls talking smack about another friend of theirs. Next thing you know, they're going out to dinner together or the club or on a vacation. Y'all better practice what you preach. Because if I don't like somebody, I'm not going to sit around and associate with them. You realize how stupid that looks? But the thing is, a lot of people, they're insecure and they just can't handle being alone or not having a lot of friends around them. They want to keep up an image and they want to look like,
"Oh yeah, I'm so popular. I got all these people."
I would rather have one real ass friend than be surrounded by a bunch of fake ass, low-key hating ass. Y'all need to stop being desperate and clinging on to people that would switch up on you in a matter of seconds. If you got a friend that always wants to one-up you and they create this atmosphere of unhealthy competition, you better cut them off. I'm telling you right now. I firmly believe that friendships should never be competitions. The only person that you honestly should ever be in competition with is yourself. What are you trying to prove by one-upping your friend? Why should a friendship feel like a competition? That's the real question. If you feel this energy of competition in a friendship that you have, follow your intuition because you're not wrong. Let me share a personal example. I used to be friends with this girl that stopped talking to me because I graduated college before her. Yeah. One day I got on my social media and I noticed that she had unfriended me on everything. Again, I return energy, so I just was like, all right, I guess we're not friends anymore. I don't understand what I did. Everyone who knows me in my life knows that I would never go out of my way to hurt somebody or make them feel less than or belittle them or degrade them or cut them down. You know, a year passed by and I got a DM from her and she said something along the lines of, "Hey, I'm sure you realize by now that we're not friends on social media and I was the one who did that. And the reason that I did that was because I was jealous that you graduated college before I did." What? You were jealous because I graduated college before you did? Let me get this straight. I was supposed to stop my life so that you could graduate before me? The math is not mathing. I appreciate the honesty, but it was never the same after that. She clearly felt like she was competing with me, and the fact that I achieved something before she did, it really hurt her. So you don't want to be around friends that you're constantly feeling like you have to prove yourself to, or that you have to hold back your shine. If you have a friend that's always complaining, it's like no matter what good they experience in their lives, they will always find flaws and imperfections. And you are constantly giving them advice on how to solve a situation. It's okay to complain every now and then. We're all human. We're not perfect. Not everything is hunky-dory, you know? I call these people energy leeches. They just grab onto you. There's nothing positive that comes out of the conversation. They don't ask about how you're doing. It's all about them. And it just feels like they want to continue to live in misery. And it's not your job as a friend to keep giving advice over and over and over about the same problem. I've had to cut people off because I would go out of my way to give some really great advice, and they would come back to me again about the same problem and ask me again for advice, and I would tell them the last thing I told them before. If you're not willing to make a change, you must not want it that bad. It's never going to end. They're going to continue to do that. They're going to continue to go to you because they know that you'll always be there to listen and you'll always give this really great advice, but then you're left with nothing, you know? Like, okay, I got what I wanted from her. I'll come back again when I'm going through my next problem. You got to put boundaries up. And no, you're not an asshole because you don't want to sit there and listen to the same problem from your friend over and over. You know what? I already talked to you about this. I'm not going to talk to you about it again. I told you what I thought about it. That's it.
You're not a real friend because you're supposed to be there for me.
No, I was there for you. But I'm not going to sit here and continue to sound like a broken record if nothing's going to be done. Kind of touched on this when I talked about competition, but jealousy in friendships is a huge no. You got to pay attention to this because it's not always obvious. And a lot of people can use the word jealous very casually in conversation. Say you're having a conversation with a friend and you tell her that you're doing a fun activity over the weekend. And her response is,
Oh my god, I am so jealous of you.
why are you jealous? Shouldn't you be happy? It feels uncomfortable, and it makes you feel like, oh, you know, I probably shouldn't share with this person that I'm doing this thing because they're probably going to say that they're jealous I'm doing it. It is very difficult to find solid friendships in the times that we live in. Don't beat yourself up if you don't have a lot of friends. Quality over quantity. Always. You'll find real friends. It's just going to take some time. If you're struggling with it right now, don't lose hope. And if any friends in your circle exhibit any of these signs or these behaviors, have a conversation with them first and let them know how you're feeling. Obviously, I talked about a lot how I cut people off and I mirror energy and all of this, but that wasn't always the right thing to do either. The right thing to do is to be an adult and have a civil discussion. And if they respond in a defensive way, or if they fail to understand your emotions, then that tells you everything you need to know. Don't be afraid to start over. I can count on one hand how many friends I have. I used to pressure myself so much into thinking, oh, I need to have these big groups of friends. Like, you know, I should be out doing things. Or I would go on social media and see people I know with these big groups of people doing these activities and going on vacations and going to concerts, festivals. Is there something wrong with me that I can't have that? And no, there's not anything wrong. It's just you haven't found your people yet, but you will. You just have to do things that you're interested in. And you just have to have the confidence in yourself to know that you're an amazing person, you're unique, you're kind, you're genuine, you're loyal, and the right people will gravitate towards you, as always. I don't feel any remorse for any of the people that I lost, friendship-wise. That was the universe's way of protecting me. The universe was basically like, these people aren't right for Madeline. These people don't care about Madeline. These people want to hurt Madeline. So we need to remove them as swiftly as possible. And it's going to hurt. And it's going to feel lonely. But it's all for the best. All right, I'm going to head out.